Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be going over the perfect running back, and we're going to be building the perfect running back by different traits and by assigning one NFL running back to each trait to really show what the perfect running back would look like. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow.
And on a quick side note, if you don't already know, I've been writing some articles for theupdog.com, which is basically a sports article website where anyone under the age of 22 can post articles on any sports topic that they're interested in. If y'all are interested on reading some of the articles on the website, there's some really interesting articles up. Or if you guys are under the age of 22 and are interested in doing some sports writing, then you can check out theupdog.com via the link in the description down below. There's some really interesting articles up, and we're coming out with new content daily. But now let's dive into the video, and I hope you enjoy.
So in today's video, we're going to be building the perfect running back. We're going to be going over a variety of different skill sets and assigning a player to each skill set. Let's get started with size. So this one might shock you a little bit because I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott. At 6 feet tall, 225 pounds, he's got the size and the weight to be powerful, and yet he still has the size and the weight to still be a really solid runner and to be a fast runner. He ran a 4.47 40, and Zeke is also a good power running back, small goal line situations. So that height around 6 feet, you'll see a lot of running backs around 5'11", 6 feet tall, 6'1", but 6 feet tall is perfect, and 225 is an awesome weight because he has the power to be effective in short yardage situations, but he doesn't have too much weight where he isn't fast and doesn't have that breakaway speed. Zeke is a perfect size because he's able to be powerful and he's able to have that breakaway speed, get to the second level, and make big moves in open space. But now let's move on to strength and power and yards after contact. And in this situation, it can only be one guy, and that's going to be Derrick Henry. So with Derrick Henry is known to be one of the most powerful and one of the best running backs in the NFL because he's a downhill runner and he's not afraid to get contact. In 2019, he made the Pro Bowl, had over 1,500 rushing yards and 16 rushing touchdowns. But if you look at what he was able to do as a yards after contact guy, he actually averaged the most yards after contact per attempt in the NFL, and he had the most rushing yards after contact in the NFL in 2019. Plus, if you look at his broken tackles, he ranked third in broken tackles last season with 29. Therefore, Henry's a big power back. He gets the football, he runs downhill, he looks for contact, and he gets stronger as the game progresses. If you look at what he did in that Ravens game in the playoffs last season, he absolutely tormented that Ravens team because he kept on looking for contact and he just ran through people. That's Derrick Henry's game. He's a strong runner, a powerful runner. And when it comes to power running backs, Derrick Henry is the creme de la creme of the power running backs. Now, though, let's move on to hands and pass catching ability. And when it comes to hands and pass catching ability, there's only one guy for the job, and that's Christian McCaffrey. In 2019, he had over 1,000 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. In the year before, he had 867 receiving yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. McCaffrey last season led all running backs in receiving yards. McCaffrey is known for making plays in open space, and he's able to catch a check down, make a few moves, and pick up a first down. That's McCaffrey's game, and he's very, very good at it. He's good at catching balls in open space, but he can also line out wide as a receiver, catch a quick slant pass, and pick up 10 or 15 yards after the catch. McCaffrey is really good in open space, and he's got great hands that can catch almost anything. Therefore, that's why he's one of the NFL's best running backs, because he's such a dual threat weapon as a pass catcher and as a runner. But when it comes to pass catching ability, Christian McCaffrey is the best in the league in that regard. Now, though, let's go to athleticism. And with athleticism is Saquon Barkley. At 6 feet tall, 233, he is in the 97th percentile when it comes to 40-yard dash times, and in the 96th percentile when it comes to bench press. But I don't want to talk about combine numbers. Barkley has the elusiveness, the vision, the strength, the power, all of that because of his athleticism. He's able to do everything all over the field because he's able to power through contact, and at the same time, he can still get the job done in open space as a pass catcher. That athleticism allows him to be able to be confident and to be very durable in multiple facets of the game, and that athleticism makes him one of the best and most fun running backs to watch in the NFL. Overall, Barkley's athleticism is one of his most defining traits, and when it comes to athleticism, Barkley's at the top of the NFL running back community. Now, though, let's talk about speed. When it comes to speed, there can only be one guy in the running back area, and that's going to be Matt Breida. So Matt Breida might shock you a little bit as a guy that's going to be on this list, but in fact, in 2019, he was clocked at the highest speed out of any NFL player at 22.3 miles per hour in a Week 5 game per Next Gen Stats. That's fast. That's really fast, especially when there's other really fast players in the league like Cordero Patterson or Tyreek Hill. There's a lot of fast players, and especially in today's game where speed is king and speed is becoming more and more of a factor in the NFL game. If it's in the passing game, where you look at guys like Tyreek Hill or maybe Lamar Jackson, even at the quarterback position, if you see what he's able to do with his speed and elusiveness. That speed is what Matt Breida has, and that's his most defining quality. He's a great change of pace back. And with San Francisco last year, he really, really showed that he was a strong running back, but his speed was his defining character, his defining quality. And that's what makes him a great change of pace back. But he's not just a change of pace back. Breida, as I said, great speed guy. And although he ranked in the 92nd percentile in 40-yard dash time, I don't care about 40-yard dash time. When it comes to game situations, you need a fast running back, and that's what Matt Breida is. Now, though, let's go on to elusiveness. Originally, I was thinking about Alvin Kamara here, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, why not Dalvin Cook? Dalvin Cook is one of the most shifty and elusive running backs in the NFL. If you look at his breakaway runs, he ranked number 8 in the NFL in 2019, and he ranked number 4 in evaded tackles. He also ranked number 11 in juke rate, and he ranked number 21 in breakaway run rate. For the amount of carries he gets, he's a volume runner, but he's also a super elusive runner. He has good vision, and he's able to see the field and make guys miss in open space. He's a very shifty guy. He's a slippery guy, and you can't tackle him on the first turn. That's why Dalvin Cook is one of the better running backs in the NFL, and that's one of his defining qualities. His elusiveness is a real asset for that Minnesota run game, and Dalvin Cook's ability in open space to make a few guys miss, pick up yards after contact, and just be a kind of a slippery, shifty kind of running back is what his game is. Dalvin Cook is a slippery guy, he's a shifty guy, and that elusiveness is a big part of his game. Now, though, let's talk about vision. When we talk about vision, I'm talking about patience. I'm talking about looking for openings, scouting, seeing what's happening in front of you, and taking what the defense gives you. And there's no better guy than Le'Veon Bell. If you watch his run style, he's one of the most patient running backs in the NFL. He won't burst ahead at first sight. He'll take the ball, see what's in front of him, make a few moves, have a few jukes, and then get up into the second level. He allows for the plays to develop, and that patience is part of his great vision. Bell is constantly known as the patient running back, and that's his game. If you watch him play, especially in Pittsburgh where he had his best years, he was a guy who let his offensive line do the work for him and pick up yards where he could get them. He saw what was in front of him, and he got what the defense allowed him to get. And that's what Le'Veon Bell's game is. He's a patient guy. He waits for plays to evolve, and that evolution of plays is what allows for a lot of his success. Le'Veon Bell's game is so good and so consistent because of what he's able to do as a vision guy. He's able to see the field, scan the field, see what the defense is giving him, allow his offensive line to make room for him, and then he picks up the yards that the defense gives him. So Le'Veon Bell, when it comes to vision and patience, there's no guy better at it in the NFL. Now, though, let's move on to durability and longevity. When it comes to your star running back, you want a guy that's going to be on the football field year in, year out for 10-plus seasons, and a guy who's going to be able to do it and perform at a high rate in his 30s, right? So many running backs fail to be great in the latter parts of their career, but a guy who's been great for a really long time is Frank Gore. Frank Gore, obviously drafted in the 3rd round back in 2005 by the San Francisco 49ers, has been in the NFL for seemingly forever. Coming into his 16th season, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler, and he still has it. In 2017, he rushed for 961 yards, and in 2016, he rushed for 1,000 yards at age 33. Very few running backs are able to rush for over 1,000 yards at age 33, and in 2019 in Buffalo, he still rushed for 600 yards at the age of 36. Great numbers. But the thing is with a guy like Frank Gore, he doesn't really get injured either. I mean, he missed 2 games in his rookie season, but, that was his rookie season. That was a long time ago. He missed 2 games in 2008, 2 games in 2009, 5 games in 2010, and then after that, he's never missed a game until 2018 in Miami, where he missed 2. So that's about 10 or so games that he's missed in his career. But if you look at a 16-year career, only missing about 10 games is great. When you have a great running back like what Frank Gore was able to do in his career, especially in San Francisco, you want him to be on the football field and you want him to play at a high level. And even at his age 36, 37 season, he still shows that he can put up 500, 600 yards at an older age. That's a really impressive feat, and his longevity, especially playing 15, 16, 17 seasons in the NFL, shows that he still has it at the end of his career. And after a long career, especially as a running back where the game is super physical, super athletic, and you got to keep pushing, that longevity and being able to play for over 15 years is exceptional. I talked about in my wide receivers video, where I said that Larry Fitzgerald was a longevity king. And at the end of the day, so is Frank Gore, especially at a more physical position like the running back position. What Gore's been able to do over the past 2 decades is outstanding. And with Frank Gore being my durability and longevity guy, that's going to wrap up my building the best running back video. So just to refresh you, what would my perfect running back look like? He'd have the size of Ezekiel Elliott, the strength and the power of Derrick Henry, the pass catching of CMC, the athleticism of Saquon Barkley, the speed of Matt Breida, the elusiveness of Dalvin Cook, the vision of Le'Veon Bell, and the durability of Frank Gore. Do you agree with my picks? Why or why not? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you want to check out theupdog.com, that will be in the description down below. So will be my Instagram. That's going to be in the link down below in the description. And if you guys have any ideas for any upcoming videos, any future videos, feel free to put those out in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And at the end of the day, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.